Johnny walked into the office only to find his boss had just been assassinated. He's scared if people think he did it, so he quickly bought a bus ticket to Mexico. But what Johnny didn't know was that the police had already reviewed the security cameras and identified the real killer. And the crazy part was the killer had actually crossed paths with Johnny. He noticed Johnny staring his way and assumed Johnny had figured out the truth. Nervous, the killer hurried off. But Johnny, he wasn't even looking at him. He was just admiring his own handsome reflection in the window. Later, the killer heard a police broadcast on the radio. The suspect was driving a black Jeep with flames painted on the sides. A big reward was offered for his capture. Hearing that, the killer quickly pulled over and abandoned the car. Meanwhile, Johnny finally arrived in Mexico, unsure where to hide. He wandered through the forest until he spotted a car and decided to steal it. What he didn't realize was that it was the killer's abandoned Jeep. He drove it to a small motel to spend the night, but his odd behavior made the motel staff suspicious, especially when they noticed Johnny driving the exact car described in the newspaper. The staff stayed calm, waited for Johnny to leave the lobby, then immediately called the police. Back in his room, Johnny finished his shower, he read the newspaper and saw the same story. His heart dropped. Realizing that the police has been identifying him, he started banging his head against the wall. What he didn't expect was that the killer was staying in the same motel. The killer thought it was the police knocking on his door, so he kept quiet while holding his pistol. Moments later, police actually arrived. Johnny thought they were after him. Wrapping a towel around his head, he pretended to be drying his hair while trying to sneak out quietly. He almost made it until the motel staff suddenly came and pointed him out. Startled, Johnny panicked and pointed in a random direction, trying to confuse the officers. Just then, the killer saw Johnny pointing straight at him. He quickly pulled out a gun and opened fire on the police. In the chaos, Johnny seized the chance and ran for his life. The movie titled The Wrong Guy, that's released back in 1997.